What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is the wrestling news on January 11th, 2025. And yeah, I still have these really bad allergies, if not worse, like with me sounding worse than a horse. But that's not gonna slow me down making podcast videos. And we're gonna be talking about on today's video one of the wildest and intriguing news stories and rumors that you assassinators need to know from the Sportskeeda article, including Kevin Owens involved in a huge fight after WWE SmackDown went off the air. Had the held back by officials, and Naomi sent a two-word message to Bianca Belair following unfortunate incident on SmackDown, and Rikishi makes a huge declaration following his son Solo Sikoa's loss to Roman Reigns on Raw, and much more. We're gonna start off with Kevin Owens got into a backstage. Got into an altercation when SmackDown went off the air, as last night SmackDown of WWE SmackDown was an eventful show, to say the very least, with a lot of exciting action. Kevin Owens was involved at the very end of it, and it says right here, during the main event tag team match, pitting Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso against Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. KO appeared again, distracted the American Nightmare. They started brawling, while Uso was properly decimated by the new bloodline. WWE SmackDown ended with both Rhodes and Owens crashing through a couple of tables, but that's not where the action stopped. The undisputed WWE champion got on to his feet as the show went off the air, and footage fans. From fan, not just footage, but from fan footage, that he and KO continued the fighting into the concession stands, based on a clip posted on X. KO and Cody Rhodes had to be separated by WWE officials during their brawl following SmackDown. The former NXT champion has held back and exited the scene, stealing some cotton candy while doing so. And you can see it right here on the video that's been posted by a particular fan that attended the SmackDown show in this very night last night. I am so done with the prize fighter, and what are your thoughts on this brawling altercation? Did not end even when the show was going off the air. And what does this make you reacting to from seeing this, judging by this clip right here on from a fan that caught some footage of the brawl and posted it on his X account? What's next? After seeing this, and when Kevin Owens turning heel on Cody Rhodes back in October when they were in Cody Rhodes' hometown of Atlanta at the State Farm Arena for Bad Blood. Do you think this off-screen altercations are not going to end until they settle the scores? When they end at the Royal Rumble Premium Live event, which is going to be taking place. Matter of that. But anyways, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Like I just said, with Cody Rhodes, is the heavy favorite to leave the building, is still your undisputed WWE champion, and it remains to be seen if KO will spring a surprise, stronger things have happened. And yeah, and do you think this won't be the last time that we will indeed see some seeing the appearance of seeing any off-screen fights like this in the future of WWE? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But moving on to the next slide, we got from one SmackDown angle to another. But this time it's in the women's division. It's Naomi. First shot, Tiffany's trying to enter WWE Women's Champion. The EST's hair braid, and the two engaged in tug of war, and it led to Bianca accidentally hitting Naomi with the braid. This distracted her, ultimately leading to Bayley picking up the win. After SmackDown ended, the former Raw Women's Champion issued a public apology to her tag team partner on her Instagram story. Over on X/Twitter, Naomi has responded to Bianca's hit with a 2-word message that confirmed there aren't any hard feelings between the two. This hurt. And then you can see her with a teared up crying emoji, which you can see right here, right in her post on X, I should say. Review video. Bianca Belair and Naomi's singles failures will affect their reign as women's tag team champions. The latter even lost a world title match against Nia Jax last Friday, on SmackDown, before Tiffany Stratton Money in the Bank cashed in. The current WWE Women's Champion will defend her title for the. And what are your thoughts on to this? And do you think that her not only getting the. What are your thoughts on Naomi's response to letting Bianca know that there's no hard feelings, even though not as hard as the declaration regarding the tribal chief, and it says right here that Roman Reigns was the tribal chief for nearly 4 years. However, he lost his position after WrestleMania 40, as Solo Sikoa led a cult within the bloodline. The OTC's former enforcer declared himself the new tribal chief, as he wore the Ulafala over the past few months. Reigns and his OG bloodline battled Sikoa and his new bloodline in civil war, seemingly ending the last Monday when the former undisputed WWE champion defeated his cousin and retrieved back his Ulafala to restore himself as the bloodline's tribal chief. Not only just the original tribal chief or the original tribal chief or the official tribal chief, but the only tribal chief, as he was before. But while speaking on his Rikishi Speaking on his own Rikishi Fatu Off the Top podcast, the Hall of Famer urged everyone to acknowledge Reigns as the tribal chief. And he explains, I think like we all need to acknowledge Roman Reigns, like the tribal chief. Like we all need to acknowledge the tribal chief. Like man, like what type of character is this guy? Like here, I look at the doors, like the opportunities, like that he's open. Yeah. That is not not only like for the family, but for the business. Like man, like we're trying we're tied in and with Netflix. Come on, like I guarantee you, if the numbers wasn't like right for well over like 4+ years, like this company has been on his back, like in the company has been on his back, like income the bloodline running like these storylines left like and right, like to keep this thing going. Hey, like at the end of the day, you can hate us or love us, like, but the numbers don't lie. About a tribal combat match, in which it totally tied the #1 golden trophy spot with a really great job. Which it was like a Monday Night Raw version of the main event of WrestleMania against Cody when he faced Cody Rhodes. But nothing in that, like nothing higher in that level. But I just think it's just good, like in its position. So yeah, they did a really good job on to that. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what your opinions about that. And but whatever you love or hate them, yeah, like I said, you gotta give them credit when credit is due. They did a super magnificently uh, uh, a spectacular job on what they needed to do, like on the debut show on Netflix. But anyways, we got more news to talk about with the Hall of Famer and the father of the self-proclaimed new tribal chief. Rikishi says The Rock passed on the torch to Roman Reigns on WWE Raw. And in that same episode of the Over the Top Off the Top podcast, Rikishi addressed The Rock's actions like towards Roman Reigns, like following like the latter's victory over Solo Sikoa, like the final boss, like headed to the ring to place the Ulafala around his cousin's neck. Like he then hugged the OTC again, showing him that he loved him. The Hall of Famer claimed the emotional moment, like between the two cousins, like was a passing of the torch, like from The Rock to Roman Reigns. Which I can play a quick video of it. But it says right here, it would be interesting to see if the high chief, like in the tribal chief, would eventually go head to head to see who's the head of who's the head chief, I guess you could say, like of the whole entire family on the Hawaii and Fatu family. But do you think that eventually will happen? But do you think this was a passing of the torch moment? Which I would agree with Rikishi onto this because it seemed like if this is like this is like something that was absolutely needed, and it was it was a way past overdue for them to promote this like that The Rock is passed the torch to the OTC, and yeah, and this should have been the case like 10 years ago, but Roman Reigns was put in the wrong place at the wrong time. But the fans did not really want him to get a main event opportunity because McMahon was being way too over pushing time where the fans naturally want to see the future OTC to Roman Reigns on WWE Raw's debut on Netflix. But the Rock and Roman latter's victory over Souls Co last Monday on the premiere episode of Raw on Netflix. Hall of Famer Rikishi addressed the OTC finally retrieves the Ulafa after the defending. After not defeating Solo Sikoa in after the match walk down final boss's actions surprised many, including Rikishi, who thought the 52-year-old would attack his cousin to set up a feud heading into WrestleMania 41. And on the same episode of the Off the Top podcast, the 59-year-old legend, excuse me, the 59-year-old legend claimed that moment that moment between the Rock and Reigns on Raw was a passing of the torch. And he mentioned, excuse me, so in Europe, wait, what am I doing? No, this is what I should be talking about. Ex-WWE star predicted why The Rock broke character on Raw. I already spoke about that on the other one. And it says right here, The Rock cut a promo in which he put over Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and Netflix executives in the first segment after Triple H kicked off Raw's debut episode on the streaming outlet, I meant to say. And it says right here, while many wondered why the final boss broke character on the red brand, former WWE star Matt Morgan claimed the 52-year-old had to do so due to his position as the TKO board director. And he explains he had to do that right in question that can easily be explanated that was a main part of WWE coming to Netflix. Hey, you're gonna get the Rock or Dwayne Rock Johnson who just hosted the Golden Globes, and he's coming to your show on Netflix. It says the Netflix, he's coming to your show on Netflix the next night. In explanation, what in question? So he can. To play the game, he had to kiss everybody's rear ends, it says not that, but it says the A's, I guess you could say, that is a part of Netflix. And it says right here that it would be interesting to see when The Rock will return to WWE and WWE television, and whether he will compete inside the squared circle in 2025. And do you think that could happen? And what are your thoughts on him being out of character and even passing the torch of it? But some might say that that is he'll run his final boss is over. But my thing is, like, how is that the case? Like, if it's only for this night, like when this was to promote the premiere show on Netflix. And do you agree with Matt Morgan, like, onto the statement? I sure definitely do, because like for him as executive protector, I should say, of the TKO board, he did exactly what he needed to do, like have an out of character moment, like in the ring, because it might take him a while to go back and to be in the role, which I think in 2 weeks from this coming Monday, which he's most likely going to be making the return at, like when Roman Reigns does do his little acknowledgement ceremony, I guess you could say, of him like be returning as your only tribal chief, and for everybody to acknowledge him. I think this is where we can finally see. But some might say, like, how come he didn't rock bottom him already? If there's going to be any plans for him in the future at a WrestleMania showdown. I think WWE had 2 reasons for it, so we can have Roman Reigns I can have a full moment of him getting back his title as tribal chief, and secondly, so we can build things up like wisely, like when we start off with one thing, like we can go to the next, like with them just doing piece by piece and putting the puzzle, this metaphoric betrayal puzzle piece together. And then once we can see, and if and that's where once we can see them doing this, and then The Rock could come out there, we're going about to acknowledge him, only for to attack the OTC, and then start the feud there, seeing who deserves to get the throne at the head of the table in the family table, I should say. But yeah, again, that's only if that does happen. And do you think that could happen? But if that doesn't happen, then I'd say, yeah, The Rock's probably not going to be competing at WrestleMania neither against Cody or Roman Reigns. But do you agree with do you agree with Matt Morgan about what the reason why he was acting the babyface ish? I guess you could say. But yeah, I think like just give it about 2 weeks, like and at least like if that doesn't happen, then yeah, start panicking and worrying. But yeah, it's about to be on the 27th, and I can see where The Rock can go back to his old heel ways, especially if you're gonna have the time off to go on Raw on Netflix, like when they have this little tribal ceremony, and and if it wasn't for like, and if it was out of context, like, and if I wasn't aware what where the story is gonna be leading, like with Roman Reigns is the SmackDown guy, but yet he's on Raw. Like, if it was out of context, I'll be very confused. I'm like, how come they're having him on this show if he's supposed to be exclusively on SmackDown? But the thing is, like, and, uh, and they're just doing this just to promote like a future big dream match. But I wouldn't doubt like if they do have a draft very soon, like we can see Roman Reigns could be one of the picks, and either one of those picks will be for for probably like to put him on Raw, like considering that everybody's gonna be tuning in and view the streaming service, so they gotta have like a big time star to go onto the Red Show to watch get some guaranteed viewers from there onto the streaming giant. But let me know in the comments down below what you think is the future for WWE, like especially and particularly in this feud with The Rock and Roman Reigns. And it's and anyways, like we got some moving on to some Logan Paul news. Is he going to cost John Cena like the 2025 Royal Rumble spot, according to legend in introspects? But yeah, Like, and if this is the case, this won't be the first time that Logan Paul caused a former multi-time WWE champion, legendary wrestler, like a shot of winning his next championship, like in this caliber of the match to get that opportunity. But anyways, John Cena promo like on the premiere episode of WWE Raw on Netflix got so many views or viewers, I should say, had so many viewers rooting like for his Royal Rumble victory. Like at Luke, like, could Logan Paul crush Cena's chances at winning the world title on last time, like at WrestleMania? A few weeks ago, the Maverick was rumored to be Cena's WrestleMania like opponent. Like, however, this match was reportedly receiving like internal backlash. Like, then like came rumors like of Paul challenging Gunter for the World Heavyweight Championship, like, which led like to many forget about this potential bout like on the show of shows. Certain it is a swerve that's going to be going on onto storylines on the road to WrestleMania. And speaking on the Busted Open Radio, like the world's strongest man picked the Rock as the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match winner, and it says it's stating that the Attitude Era Legends story with the bloodline is significantly bigger than anything else. As for like as for John Cena, Henry believes like that Logan Paul is going to run him, run in like and throw him off the top rope, igniting a program between the two. This road to WrestleMania, and it says right here onto this report, or not report. I mean, according to to Mark Henry, like with him stating, I don't think like for 1 second that Logan Paul is not gonna come in and try to run it for John Cena. Like that's the thing. Like that very I mean that that every that everybody wanted before. Like John Cena left. Like so let's get back to it. Like the only thing that happened was times change. I I want to see Paul and Cena like that's what the world's strongest man had to say. And it says right here, like many have mentioned like the Maverick versus Cena like bout like as something that had to happen. It remains to be seen if that finally if they'll finally lock horns like at WrestleMania. And do you think it should be at WrestleMania? Could we see the social media megastar and the 16-time world champion? Which and do you think I'm not sure if I could see them in the match, but this where but I'm gonna ask like also, do you think that he could purposely cause Cena by eliminating him out by getting back in the ring after getting eliminated, pulling his own page out of a playbook that he did a couple years. He's gonna be like, yeah, don't feel bad, like this, like, yeah, I know how it is because that happened to me, and then this where he'll wish him a very best of luck of beating him down and getting if the match is gonna be set for WrestleMania and if the world already here. Well, Logan Paul, like Logan Paul, like versus Gunther and John Cena versus Cody Rhodes are also reportedly being considered as well from the WWE creative team. And it says right here that Dwayne Johnson's status for WrestleMania 41 has become a topic of conversation ever since last week, episode of Raw. If he does not return to the ring, the annual extravaganza this year, the Triple H and his band of creatives need some alternative marquee contest for the show. WWE has already swooned the seed for Logan Paul versus Gunther on the Raw on Netflix kickoff show with the last month. The Ring General made a strong statement regarding Paul's potential potential challenge. Meanwhile, Cena and Rhodes for the title was rumored to be happening Albert there have been some differing opinions. Their colleague Matt Hardy feels it is a worth addition to the WrestleMania 41 match card. Hardy believes Cody would play as a tweener here, for the story to work. And do you agree with the current TNA Tag Team Champion and multi-time Tag Team Champion? It would work if Cody Rhodes did turn into a trainer against Magic, potentially against John Cena, if that is according to plan. And do you think that Gunther's World Championship, or what do you think? I'll say the one thing I can tell you, if this does happen, this is the best way to potentially could turn Gunther babyface to this, because everybody's going to be mostly cheering for the Ring General and not really the social media megastar, because most of them are not going to want to see him even getting a big hype opportunity. And then they'll be like, it's already enough that he faced Roman Reigns a couple of years ago for his title, so we don't need another. And Cody Rhodes as well back last year. So what why is there any reason why I need another shot for that belt? That's anybody else's guess. But let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts on this on this case. But moving on, we got Jacob Fatu has a lot to lose today, says WWE legend, recalls when he was a liability. Jacob Fatu, it says Jacob Fatu has received praise for his work in WWE and has not even completed his rookie year, but things were not always like this for this Samoan bloodline member, or should I say the Samoan werewolf. The WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry recently recounted when he vouched for Fatu. A funny thing to mention that I remember telling my sister while we were watching SmackDown yesterday, this. Jacob Fatu kind of reminds me how Mark Henry did when he was the what they called the Hall of Pain gimmick. Yeah. But anyways, according to Henry, Jacob Fatu was a bad dude, who had to learn things the hard way. He always pushed for the Samoan Werewolf to get hired at both WWE and AEW. A Hall of Famer, or the Hall of Pamer, I guess you could say, like claimer, it was a good thing that nobody listened because now the 32-year-old could achieve a great success, having lived a life busted open radio. The world's strongest man elaborate elaborated on the kind of person Fatu was through his lens, like per, perhaps the was why WWE had hesitated to hire. And he said, I begged before I left the WWE, you gotta bring him in, but he was in so much trouble. He was a liability. Jacob Fatu is real. He will punch you in the face and talk about your mama at the same time. That's a bad dude. Bad dude. And then I got happen everything happened for a reason. In a story, saying that, and this is what he added right onto the mix, saying he's full of circle. He's full of circle. He's he's where he is supposed to be. I'm glad nobody listened to me because maybe he would have bricked himself early and ruined it and the rest of his career. He's mature, he's a father, he has a lot to lose now. So he's a different man. And I believe in a redemption story, Henry concluded, into this into this top into this subject of the topic. But what are your thoughts on to what are your thoughts on to the Mark Henry's opinion about Jacob Fatu and about luckily WWE nor WWE or AEW didn't sign him while they did. He has plenty to lose now, and he knows that, and he's in the right place. But let me know down in the comment section right down below what's your opinion on to that note, and do you think that we could see and do you, and what are your opinions about what's his name? And what do you think about and do you think that Jacob Fatu is much more better than he would have been earlier? Which I think he would, and he would probably get plenty of suspensions, if he was caught into the law, in getting in trouble with the law, this. And this is where we can see plenty of suspensions and even with Vince being there, you'll be lucky if you even have a job. The only reason he probably wouldn't be there is because of him being a family member of the NOYE and Fatu family. But let me know in the comments down below what you think about this and more. And do you think that Jacob Fatu is better to have right now? But let's move on to the next news. We got more news to talk about Jacob Fatu and Tamatanga, headlines, but WWE SmackDown this week. Okay, then you ask nicely for it back. Following like a remarkable debut on Netflix, like for WWE SmackDown, had a lot of pressure to deliver. The company like booked Jacob Fatu and Tamatanga like in the main event of of a and Tamatanga in the main event spot like this week like against Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso. Is that the Samoan werewolf? The Samoan werewolf was heavily like featured in the show. He remains like a force to be reckoned with. Like and fans have grown fond of him. Like in yes, hey Goldie. Yeah, here's Goldie. Yeah. But, but anyways, it says fan. Although you're going fond of him within his short like time like in the company like a single in the singles program appears to be like on the calm down Trey you his his short time in the company as a singles like program appears like to be on the horizon for him. Okay.
No, Mama's going ball.
Oh, my bad.
This ball. This ball.
Oh, excuse me.
You talking about?
But what are your thoughts? Oh, excuse me, Cody. And yeah, for those that aren't aware, this is my adopted niece, I guess you could say, like from a family friend, of course that is. But yeah, she's kind of like little birdie bird. Yeah, smart and mature for her age. But anyways,
I'm getting you.
oh, be careful, Trey. But what are your thoughts on to Jacob Fatu, like when it comes to him being a fan favorite? And do you think he's starting to be that in some capacity? Like, which I think he is, with him winning his matches, looking more stronger, even stronger than the Tongans. Like, I mean, Tongans got strong, including Tamatanga. They've been dominant, especially when they were tag team champions. But I think that Jacob Fatu is the more dominant and invincible one in his caliber. So I would not be surprised if we did see Jacob Fatu will even fight for the world championship by the time between like the middle end of 2025. Like no matter what belt it's for, like whether it's for the world heavyweight championship or the undisputed WWE championship, I think like either one of these championships, this is where we could see him we could see him competing for the championship. Even if he doesn't win, this could be a sign that WWE sees some heavy success into his future as a main eventer. And yeah, let me know in the comment section right down below on what's your opinion onto the matter. Like, and do you think that it's like, and what your opinion? Like, do you like, and do you think that Jacob Fatu is gonna be eventually a big star? Like once he gets out of the shadows of Soul Sokoa and the new bloodline, which I think is probably gonna be happening in the middle of 2025, and this way you can see Jacob Fatu be dangerous, but you're gonna probably see him as a solo heel by the fans. They started kicking in. That's where we can start seeing another side with him, for being in the benefits in WrestleMania or not. That's where he can challenge anybody that's a current champion, and maybe he can even win that championship. But what are your thoughts on Jacob Fatu's future? And do you think his popularity is going to help him become a main event success and a star in the Stanford-based company? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, I guess that'll be it for today, Assassinators. For the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you Assassinators need to know from the the Sportskeeda article, and let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite little fight with the American Nightmare, like in the concession stand, like, and even like once he finally got pulled away from Cody Rhodes and was blocked from even getting to the current undisputed champion. Like, they hilariously grab onto a grab a cotton candy off the stand and start eating it on the way out, which that's very hilarious. Like, yeah. Like, he just know how to entertain wrestling fans. Like, and he knows like how to be serious and how to be, I should say, maybe. But he's getting goofy wrestling of this wrestling news video in particular right now. That's the only thing I know of. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video though, and if so, please make sure to big thumbs up. I mean, we'll be talking about the third seed of the Baltimore Ravens. Will be taking on their arch AFC North division rivals, the Pittsburgh Steelers, like, which they get third seed, while the Steelers get sixth seed. And that announced. And that I'll talk about it and talk about that later on tonight. But yeah, stay tuned for. But yeah, stay tuned for some more videos, and I hope you Assassinators have a wonderfully wonderfully awesome rest of your evening, and I'll see you all in the next video in the next couple hours with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin out here. And I'm sorry, like, I cannot sound like my usual iconic self, but yeah, I'm getting there, trying to do everything I can to get this this grungy voice out, like, so I can entertain you guys with my usual voice that y'all entertain with, and thinking that's very hilarious. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one, and I hope they're really great to talk about. And it's so fun to be a wrestling fan right at this time. But we're gonna end this video right here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all take care and have a super awesome rest of your evening before it gets before it ends. Like, that's when we start going here on the SNA podcast.